headline is High Animal Protein Intake Associated with Higher, Plant Protein with Lower Mortality Rate. And they went back to the nurses study. There's this study that's been going on for like 40, 50 years. Well, more than 30 years anyway. For the National Health, NHS, National Health Service, this is in the UK, and 26 years of HPFS. This must be a study coming, well, this is published in JAMA Internal Medicine. So here they're looking at 3.5 million person years with these, tens of thousands of nurses who have been enrolled in this study. After adjustment for lifestyle and other dietary risk factors, a high consumption of protein from animal sources, any type of meat, eggs, or dairy, was associated with an increased risk of death, while high consumption of protein from plant sources, bread, cereals, pasta, beans, nuts, and legumes, was associated with a lower mortality rate. So it's not just that eggs, cheese, and pork and beef will kill you. It's that eating lots more vegetables will make you live longer than the average. But then they look deeper. He says, but when we look deeper into the data, we found that at similar levels of animal protein intake, those in the unhealthy lifestyle group consume more red meat, eggs, and high-fat dairy. And in fact, I would suggest that probably the stuff that's in cheese, I mean, cheese is basically the mucus, the fat out of meat, out of animals. It's, plus all the growth hormones that are squeezed out of the mammary glands of cows, designed to make animals grow, 1,000 pounds in 3 years, which is not something that we all want, I think. But anyhow, those in the unhealthy lifestyle group consume more red meat, eggs, and high-fat dairy, while the healthy lifestyle group consume more fish and poultry. So we suspect the different sources of animal protein between the two groups may contribute to the stronger results in the unhealthy lifestyle group. I thought that was fascinating. So apparently, eating fish and chicken, now these are things that, fish, we're one of the few mammals that has a brain fatty acid profile that's identical to that of fish oil. So there's there's a substantial number of people who subscribe to the theory that humans basically evolved as fish eaters along coasts, particularly along the far eastern African coast, and that fish was our principal food, and all that sort of thing, and that therefore fish might not be quite so bad for us. Birds are dinosaurs. They're leftover dinosaurs. We now know most of the dinosaurs had feathers. Birds are dinosaurs. So we've been eating birds and fish apparently as long as we've been human. The red meat things, whether it's a woolly mammoth or whether it's a cow or a pig, is relatively recent. Cows and pigs, just in the last 10,000 years, we've been domesticating them, and for many people, it's just in the last 1,000 years or 3,000 or 4,000 years. Whereas, we've been eating, like I said, fish and chicken for probably millions of years. So although, I'm not going to run out and become a chickatarian or a pescatarian tomorrow morning, it seems like if you don't want to go whole vegan or vegetarian, at least, cutting out the cheese, the red meat, and the eggs. And you'll remember Dr. Greger, I think we played it on this show, he said, an egg a day is equal to smoking 5 cigarettes in terms of its increase in your risk of death. That, cutting out the red meats and the cheese and the eggs and replacing them, if you want to eat, dead animals, replacing them with fish and chicken seems like a pretty reasonable thing. Replacing them with plants, of course, actually lengthens your life.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.